And now the final match of this pool, this stage, we've got Sighmoe versus Flash.
Our 1-2 match, Sighmoe and Flash.
This is gonna be quite the matchup.
These guys have very similar styles, very similar strengths. It'll be very exciting to watch these two go down.
Yeah, Flash, if he keeps it up, he is he's gonna give Sighmoe a run for his money, that's for sure.
If Flash keeps playing like this, he will give the entire tournament a sweat. All right, chat. Here's our final lineup for this pool. We're going to play Iridescent 12-footer. Then we're playing Sold. Our tiebreaker, if needed, will be Speedrun. I'm happy to let you know that we vetoed Blows Up Everything and Sakura. Get that shit out of here.
And they're picking a warm-up song right now.
Yes.
The song they play will
they may be doing a warm-up song right now. I'm unsure about that. They're out of the pack, so
are.
yes, very obviously a warm-up song. So just knowing what we know, Flash has dominated his run through this bracket. He's obviously moving on.
Indeed.
I'm unsure between Sighmoe and Dicky who has the better score right now. I do not have those metrics in front of me. Just going off of what I see and what I feel. There will be two.
Yeah, Sighmoe and Flash have both won all their matches, so the two of them going head-to-head right now will be the winner moving on.
Yes, just to clarify, you will get the top two of each pool moving on to stage 9, in addition to the next best player in the pool.
So Kai is no longer in. They'll have to take one. Are they going to take third from both pools and put them against each other to decide who moves up?
Only if there's a true tiebreaker required. Okay. They will look at their scores, they will look at their opponents, they will look at all the metrics. If everything is even across the board, they will draw one card from the deck and play that song. We've not seen that happen today. Actually, excuse me, I believe we did see that happen in either the very first or second pool yesterday.
Okay.
Yes, Blue Moon, this is going to be a very good match. The challenge will be, can Sighmoe keep up with Flash's FA in the moment? This literally may be decided on just 1 or 2 arrows. But right now, they're just getting loose, getting familiar with that blue window.
Versus Tony. They had a .03 difference in that match. Everyone was going wild over.
That seems to be the hype from Tony and Chance's match. .03 EX from each other on a very challenging song. Tony is proving very competent at all the content in this tournament.
Flash over here with 5 whites though on the warm-up. Doesn't seem like he is. Doesn't seem like he's wavering at all.
Quads just come so naturally to this man.
Woo. 2 great scores.
Excuse me, there was a mine hit somewhere in there, so not a quad, but full fantastic combo, irregardless. That's not a word. Don't use irregardless as a word. It makes you sound stupid. Participants have stepped off the pad for a moment. They are talking to our resident tech in regards. It seems like Flash is approaching him about P2 down arrow. I see Sanjeev over there. Shout out to Sanjeev, man. Flash must be in regards to the mines that he hit.
Switching it back to us. Well, we may take a minute here, and I'll probably play another part of a warm-up song just to figure out if the pad error got fixed or not.
Yeah, we'll just sort through this quick intermission here, keep you guys engaged.
It's funny to see, to hear Flash say, I think there's a problem with the down arrow, almost quinted the chart.
Well, obviously he didn't almost quit the chart. I see some 9s and some 7s on there.
Yeah.
A distinct lack of 1s and 0s. So I understand his conundrum. Yes, some pad adjustments intraday are just unavoidable. You do the best you can to prepare. You do the best you can. But as these pads just get jammed all day, every day, through the course of a weekend,
yep, indeed.
It does require some modding as we go. So we'll get that done quickly here. We got professionals on deck, and we'll quickly move on with the round. Yeah, imagine being so good that you almost quint the song and go find the tech. I wish I was that good. Nobody would believe me. They would just sigh and turn away.
Oh, indeed, Blue. It makes me wonder what did he even notice while he was playing. I would be just ecstatic to have that score.
I imagine it has to be the mines that he hit. It can't be anything else.
Him and Sighmoe hit the same mine there near the end. You can see the little dip in the life bar graph up top.
You can. If you look at the graph, you can see that their variance is very close to each other.
Yeah, that first dip there near the end is the mine that they both hit. Dropped their life bar briefly. The other two mines that Sighmoe had hit, he got him at the very end there, it looks like. But
well, they're just testing those frickin' sick resistors in the pads, making sure they're working correctly.
Indeed.
That's what an FSR means, right? Frickin' sick resistor?
Yes.
Great.
We'll go with that. That sounds like a better name for
Fantastic.
it than their purely technical name. Is that what the pads here are outfitted with? Did they modify them to use FSRs?
I believe that was part of the work that Kaya did the week from Monday to yesterday, preparing us for
very
this.
Interesting.
Is swapping things out for FSRs, yes.
Well, they feel really good. They feel like some routed flush mount panels that I've played on that still just use foam and the traditional L brackets and sensors.
They're not as flush as some people would like them to be. They're not truly 101% flush, but they're very good.
Yeah,
they're very good.
They're not flush. It's nice to have a little bit of recession, in my opinion.
Just not much, barely noticeable, right?
Yeah.
Of course, I'm biased. I played DDR for the majority of my career. Also ITG as I was much younger, not in the recent years. I am a DDR player at heart. But a little bit of gap is good for me, just to know where I am. SMX pads I have a little bit hard time getting familiar with just because it feels so flush.
Indeed.
I have a hard time identifying when I'm hitting middle panel and when I'm not, right?
We've got a friend back in Colorado. Shout out to Spork. He's a monster. He can play on completely unmodified pads and still crush it.
This guy used to intentionally play on recessed pads for stamina practice find the worst, most beat up in the groove cab, the worst recessed pads, and just play 12s and 13s.
Back then, I was just finding what was close to my house.
Which just happened to be the worst, most run down in the groove machine.
I will say nobody else liked it, but it was what I had. It was what I got used to.
It means you don't have to compete for usage of the machine, I mean to say.
An unmodified DDR Extreme cab that was upgraded to ITG.
Sounds like a lonely, lonely arcade.
Well, yes, it was a little bit.
It's a bowling alley, right?
No, it was a tilt at the mall.
Oh,
Yeah,
I was talking about
classic
the bowling alley at Westminster, but you're correct. That one is.
Bowling alley and what? There was a bowling alley ITG machine that.
What
came
was
around
the
a few
bowling
years
alley
later.
company that they used to own as well? Tilts.
I'm not sure. I know.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's outside of the scope of our conversation. Guys, we're still looking at the pad maintenance going on. It looks like Sanjeev is taking a slightly deeper look at one of the other arrows. We want to really make sure that there's no questions about this moving forward.
We did have some Brunswick zones out there in Colorado with some machines.
Brunswick zones. Yes,
Yeah.
that's exactly what I'm talking about, Brunswick zones. Thank
We
you
had
for
a
finding
couple.
that.
There was one that I went to that had a really bad extreme machine. I only went there once. We'll just say that. My home arcade was Nicola Play. Shout out it. I worked there for about 3 years in high school, and it was a great arcade to play DDR Extreme at.
Shout out Nicola Play. Shout out Allison. I know you're not here, but we love you. Yes, Brunswick Zone was very reliable back in the day for at least having one cab, albeit almost unplayable. Whether it be a bootleg Mega Mix or one of the worst rundown in the groove machines you can ever find,
So
at least they provided the machines to play on.
Eggy, I don't know if Tilt owned Brunswick Zone. I'm not aware of that.
They are in bed together in some way, Eggy. I'm not sure the hierarchy of it, but one does own the other. I want to say it's probably the inverse. I think it may be Brunswick owns Tilt, but Tilt is defunct now. They've shut down all their locations.
Yeah, rest in peace, Tilt. You provided some good machines to some people across the country for a few years.
You grew up in Naperville. You were in the heart and soul of ITG for a good time then. Shout out to the Illinois in the Groove crew.
They're still
Y'all
working
know who
on the
you are.
pads
You
over
guys
there.
are monsters.
I can't imagine it's anything more than a minor tweak, which of course those take the longest to tune in.
It looks like they're paying a little bit more attention to player one at this point. They've moved from Flash's player two.
We're not sure. All we know is
You started at University of Florida? That's awesome.
all right, did we have their song picks? We did.
I want to imagine that they're just doing a run through a song right now to make sure.
This isn't the first song. But it looks like they're ready to test it, so.
My bad, Eggy. Chat was small. I thought I saw FL there. I think I remember University of Illinois had a pretty sick game room set up for a time. Iridescent is their song.
This is their first song.
I'm unsure. We're still showing it as a warm-up in the stream. I'm unsure if Tizza has different information than we do.
Yeah, even though this is shown as a warm-up, it probably is not. It is their first pick, so this is probably the match right now.
Rumble in the Prairie, 14. I might. I may have to do that. I did make it a goal to travel at least once additional time in 2024 for dance games. I normally do it consistently at least twice. I would like at least one more little trip in the year. A lot of the top tier players are starting to show up. People have been chilling, doing their own thing all weekend, playing 2DX, playing poppin' music, playing a lot of Pump It Up, but now they're all congregating in the same space. They know it's time to get serious. They're getting their mind right.
Sighmoe picked up quite a few greats there.
That would be extremely hard to overcome. Ignoring the miss, Flash hasn't made a single mistake.
Oh, Flash is going to take this one home. 17 whites is a very good white count by both of them.
Extremely good showing by both players.
Sighmoe with just a couple hiccups there near the end. Otherwise, he would have been right there.
The margins these guys are playing with right now are so tight. It's so narrow. Any moment's lapse in focus will be enough to do you in at this point. Flash taking a screenshot. They're reviewing the metrics. I see both players remaining on the pad. Sanjeev is taking the pad open one more time. Hey chat, it's good to see you. You can see me, but I can't see you, but you know what I mean. It's good to be here with you. We're having a great time. We're not losing too much momentum here. We're keeping it going.
Hi, I'm Zach. I'm doing this weekend. It's January. Yeah.
Let's see what's going on over there in Pool A. Are they getting started with Stage 9 already? There's no way.
Who do you see over there?
Demo and Chance are playing. They must be playing some warm-up songs in the meantime, I would imagine. But
Yes,
I know we have a little bit of a delay here, so.
Yeah, I want to imagine that the other pool is done. This is the last match for our pool, and we have been doing this for quite a moment.
Indeed, yeah.
But
I
you
was
will
hoping it would go smoothly without any hiccups because my stomach is starting to.
Max is looking like he will eat anything in sight,
Starting to let me know it's not
whether
just
it
me
be
that's
organic
hungry.
material or not. Please don't eat me. Soylent is not good for you. I'm very stringy.
That's okay. I don't think eating other dance gamers is dance gamer fuel.
We're calorie dense. Why not? We're all muscle.
I'm just aero dense. I don't know about calories.
Sanjeev paying explicit attention to player 2 right arrow at this point. It does look like it's fully put back together. Flash is testing it. I saw him give the nod of approval, and we're going to proceed. We have an update for you all. Our guy, Ranker, was unable to get here on time. They are having a polar vortex up there in Illinois. They're having 3 feet of snow in some areas, and unfortunately, he could not make his flight. So Ranker is unfortunately going to drop. The way we're going to do this, the top 3 from Stage 8 will be proceeding to Stage 9. You're going to see a lot of the same faces. It's going to be very familiar. So I hope these players all practice tier 9,
Right.
buddy. I hope they all practice playing with Demo. Shout out to Genergy for hosting this tournament,
And writing this chart.
writing fantastic charts. I don't know if y'all know about Genergy. She's the co-manager here at Red Note Gaming Las Vegas, and she's a fantastic step artist. She's got a lot of talent for this. So if you see a Genergy chart and a pack that you downloaded, give it a try. I think you're gonna like it.
Ooh, good performance here. It looks like Flash got a mine on the down arrow.
Yeah, those are mistakes that cannot be afforded by either player. We're gonna go into the last little dense part of the song right here. Chad, I think we're gonna have to sweat this one out together.
Yes, good call out, Eggy. Follow the channel that you're watching the stream on right now. This is Genergy's channel.
Yes, if you're here, please. This is Jennifer Genergy's channel, Change the World 003. Please give that follow.
Follow, subscribe,
Hit that sub button.
and watch it every time.
Amazon
it's up.
Prime, all that stuff.
Hey, look at those scores.
And Flash will take this one. Although, with the recent developments of Ranker, I think this is of zero consequence. I think the only thing that this determines is seeding placement going into the next pool.
Yes.